Do you dispute that?
Yes, my lord. Can't confirm that.
Ndingakwazi ukukuletha isiqiniseko sokuthi waqala ukubona ngesikhathi ehlangana noMabhena noMkhane egarage.
You were traveling with a white GTI in company of another colored male person.
My crew member, my lord, was Constable Lissering. He is a colored, my lord.
Athi wahamba ngemoto lapho emotweni wahamba nenye insizwa ekuthiwa iCala osithi cha umuntu engisebenzisana nayo uConstable Lissering o engisebenzisana naye.
Correct. On that particular day, when you were called by Mr. Mkhane, the accused person, accused number 2, they were traveling with a white Fortuner with Constable Mabhena and Constable Mkhane.
That's correct, my lord.
Athi mkhawuhlana naye umsosibili wayehamba noConstable Mabhena noMkhane waseyavuma ethi kunjalo.
The accused person was handcuffed from behind whilst he was seated in that white Toyota Fortuner.
The accused was handcuffed in front, my lord.
Athi umbuzo uthi umsola wayefakwe ozankosi bengemumva ngesikhathi mhlawumbe hlangana wathi cha umsola wayefakwe ozankosi kodwa bebengaphambili.
It is further my instruction that Sergeant Buthelezi and Maphumulo arrived traveling with a hard body, a white hard body buggy.
Yes, I can confirm, my lord.
Athi angasiletha isiqiniseko sokuthi uSergeant Buthelezi wayehamba nge-hard body emhlophe.
Both Mkhane and Mabhena alighted from the white Toyota Fortuner, and you had a discussion with him or with them, both of them. You had a discussion with them. Do you agree?
Yes, my lord.
Ngiyavuma ukuthi uMkhane noMabhena bathi mabephuma ku-Toyota Fortuner baseba nezingxoxo nabo.
All right. At that time, after that meeting or some kind of meeting, accused number 2 was taken out of the Toyota Fortuner and put into that motor vehicle we were traveling. At the back seat, on the right side of the back seat, of the rear seat of the motor vehicle we were traveling with. Do you dispute that?
Are you referring to Maroka police station, my lord?
Can you please follow my version so that you said I talked about meeting the accused person for the first time, accused number 2, near a garage on the way towards Albertine.
Yes, my lord.
Athi waqala ukubona nomsolwa egarage endleleni eya eAlbertine wathi yebo.
Yes. When he was taken to a motor vehicle, I was putting the version to the effect that he was put inside your motor vehicle at the back of the driver's seat.
My lord, as I mentioned, I met the accused at Maroka SCPS, not at a garage.
Athi umsolwa ke wabekwa esihlalweni sangemumva emotweni wahamba ngathi cha hayi ngahlangana naye eMorika police station zange ngihlangane naye egarage.
All right, we'll get into that. Let's just get into my instructions. Then immediately after that, Constable or Sergeant Mabhena entered your vehicle and sat at the back of that motor vehicle on the left-hand side.
No, my lord.
Constable Mabhena zange ngene emotweni yami.
The door was open and Constable Buthelezi was standing next to the accused, next to accused number 2.
Sisicaba sasivulekile uConstable Buthelezi wezahlala wema lapho eduze nala kuhleli khona umsolo wesibili.
No, my lord.
Athi cha kunjani.
Okay. You then pushed the front seat backwards towards the accused, and you pressed him hard, very hard, on his knees with that seat.
Athe waseke usunduza esitulo sangaphambili basunduzela kumsolwa and samcindezela kakhulu.
No, my lord.
Cha kunjani.
At that moment, Sergeant Mabena was putting a grey plastic on his face, and Buthelezi was blocking the accused from getting out of the motor vehicle.
Athi ngaleso sikhathi ke uSergeant Mabena wemfaka uplastic ebusweni and uSergeant Buthelezi ke na wemvalela ukuthi angakwazi ukuphuma.
No, my lord.
Cha kunjani.
Sorry, Mr. Mngomezulu, is this at the Alberton garage?
That's correct, my lord.
Outside the garage?
Outside the garage, a distance away from the garage.
Okay.
It is further my instruction that the assault, the tubing continued until you convened another meeting. After you stopped, you convened another meeting after Mr. Mukhane received a call. Can you dispute that also?
No, my lord. I was never at a garage with the accused or with Sergeant Mukhane.
Kwaqhubeka ukuthi ahlukunyezwe ngifaka eshophu waze wafaka umhlangano athi cha hayi angikaze ngibe egarage no Sergeant Mukhane.
Then you got into your vehicles with the accused. Then you proceeded to an open area next to the steel tanks. That area, it's next to a dumping site towards Alberton. That's where all the cars stopped.
No, my lord. I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Upon your arrival at that place, you all alighted from the motor vehicle, including the accused person. Then Brigadier Gininda arrived in company of a man who was wearing crisp bundles or crisp belts and a lady Mohola.
No, my lord. I have no knowledge of that.
Kwase lapho kufika uBrigadier Gininda hamba nendoda egqoma crossband hamba nomuntu esifazane okuthiwa uMohola wathi cha angikwazi lokho.
They were traveling in a white BMW.
Bahamba iBMW emhlophe.
I would not know, my lord.
Athi angeke ngikwaba nalolu lwazi.
There was also a meeting in the presence of Gininda. The accused person, accused number 2, was removed of the handcuffs that were handcuffed from behind, from his hands. That was Mabena who removed those handcuffs from behind.
Ke ngaleso sikhathi ke Brigadier Gininda umsola wakhishwa ozankosi ababeboshwe ngemumva kwakhe bakhishwa uMabena.
Then his jacket was taken out. He was handcuffed from the front. Can you dispute that also?
Yes, my lord. As when I received the accused for the first time, his handcuffs was in front, my lord.
Yebo ngakuphikisa ngoba mangiqala ke nje ukuthola umsolwa umsolwa kwayeboshwe ngozankosi izandla zingaphambili.
All right. Immediately thereafter, there was, or there is, if those poles or those stairs are still there, where you took the accused person, accused number 2, towards those steel poles and removed one handcuff from one side of his hand and tie it on that pole.
Tuwage wakhona la kunetebhisi khona la wafika khona wakhipha isandla esisodwa ukhipha uzankosi esandleni esisodwa wasekombophela ke kulezo insimbi umsolo.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Cha nginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
Then between yourself, you can't recall, between yourself and Mabena, there's a person who poured him with water. He had a container and poured the accused with water from his front part of the body.
Phakathi kwakho noMabhena akasazi ukuthi umuphi kodwa uthi oyedwa yena wayephethe into ekwazi ukuthutha amanzi owamthela ngamanzi phambili emzimbeni wakhe.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
That's when Brigadier Kininda told accused number 2 that he must tell the truth about the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Ilapho Brigadier Kininda athi amtshela ukuthi akakhuluma iqiniso mayelana nokushona kaSenzo Meyiwa.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
And during the course of that, a plastic bag was also put on his face, or on covering his head and his face, where this chopping continued.
Athi yena leso sikhathi ke wathatha plastic wafaka phezulu kwekhanda lakhe baqhubeka ke umhlomeza ngendlela ebizwa i-chopping ngesilungu.
My lord, the first time I met the suspect was at Moroka SAPS, my lord.
Qala kwami ukubona umsolo kuse siphoyiseni saseMoroka.
There was a device that was used to electrocute the accused person. He was electrocuted from his stomach.
Kuthiwa khona umshini owayesetshenziswa ke ukubambisa umsolwa ngogesi kodwa ke lo mshini lo wawuthintiswa esiswini sakhe umsolwa.
You, Mr. Mabena, and Buthelezi were exchanging during the use of this device.
Bathi ke wena noMabhena noButhelezi nanishintshisana ngokusebenzisa lo mshini lo.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
Before I forget this instruction, it's very important what I'm going to tell you.
Khona ke ngifuna ukutshela khona kusemqoka kakhulu.
It's my instruction that from the first time when I put the version of the accused, Sergeant Mngomezulu did not partake to the assault, chopping, and torturing of the accused. Did not participate. He was always outside.
Ke yonke lento ayenze uSergeant Mngomezulu wayengekho azange angene ekuhlukumezeni umsolwa ngasonke isikhathi wayengaphandle.
What do you say about it?
My lord, Sergeant Mngomezulu would ask us for assistance in either handing over the suspect or escorting.
uSergeant Mngomezulu wayesicela usizwa mayelana nokuthi sinikezele ngomsolwa noma ke ukumphelezela umsolwa.
I'll get to that as well.
And when the suspect is in the vicinity, my lord, Sergeant Mngomezulu is also present.
Manje ke uma ke umsolwa eseduze uSergeant Mngomezulu naye ke kwakufanele abe khona lapha eduze.
Okay. Let me proceed with my version, with the version of accused number 2. During the process of using that device, after the plastic was taken out from his head, the accused started bleeding from his nose.
Emva kokuthi ke kususwa lo plastic bese ke lo umsola aqhunye kulo mshini waqala ukopha igazi ngamakhala.
Do you also dispute that?
Ngiyaphikisa
Yes, I do,
nalokho.
my lord.
Athi yebo ngiyaphikisa.
That's then Sergeant Mngomezulu, the accused person, will come and tell the court that he heard Sergeant Mngomezulu saying, I just want to get the correct word that he was using. May I approach my lord? There's a word, a specific word that was used by the Thank you. The exact words said by Sergeant Mngomezulu was that yekelani man.
Thuke izwe lasetshenziswa Sergeant Mngomezulu ilithi yekelani demand, ukuthi yekelani lendoda.
My lord, at no point was the suspect in one of our EMPD vehicles during the escort or when taken or handed over at the police station.
Nje umsola akaze angene emotweni zethu ngesikhathi enikezelwa nanokuthi ayokhishwa esikhumulweni samaphoyisa.
That's then accused number 2 was untied and taken back. He was wet, bleeding, and he was taken back to the Toyota Fortuner.
Wathi ke lapho umsola athathwa iswa ku Toyota Fortuner. Ngaleso sikhathi ke wayopha igazi futhi wayemanzi.
You had to travel from that spot as you were escorting the Toyota Fortuner entered Chris Hani Hospital.
Thiwa ngesikhathi ke nihamba niphelezela umsola Toyota Fortuner yangena esibhedlela saseChris Hani Baragwana.
My lord, may I just consult? Thank you, madam. When they entered Chris Hani Hospital, Mngomezulu and Mabena and the accused person with the Fortuner, that's when Colonel Rapadu came into the picture.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Athi uma ngizongena esibhedlela umhane noMabhena uyilapho ke okwavela khona uKolonel Rapadu wathi anginalo ulwazi walo.
All right. Colonel Rapadu and got into the vehicle. He gave the keys to his wife, and they were in company of the child. I think they brought the child to the hospital, but we can't prove that. What the accused number 2 has observed is that Colonel Rapadu gave the keys to his wife.
So Colonel Rapadu wanika unkosikazi wakhe okhiye waye nengane lapho kodwa ke asikho isiqiniseko saloko kodwa ke okwabona umsola wesibili ukuthi uKolonel Rapadu wanika unkosikazi wakhe okhiye.
I don't know about that, my lord. I met the Colonel Rapadu for the first time at Moroka SCPS.
Hayi lo anginalwazi lolo kodwa ngaqala ukubona uKolonel Rapadu eMoroka police station.
Okay. Soon thereafter, they traveled and you were escorting them to a certain place in Orlando. It's an open area. It's also next to a dumping area where there are ATM machines that were no longer functioning.
Athi emva kwaloko ke nahamba ke na endaweni ese-Orlando eseduze kwala kuchithwa khona udoti futhi kwakunendawo ke la kunama ATM khona angasasebenzi.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi loloko.
And I want to remind you that according to that version, when accused number 2 said he was poured with water, it was winter time.
Afuna nginezezela ukuthi ngalesikhathi umsola ethelwa ngamanzi kwakusebusika.
You escorted them until you stopped at that particular area, and Brigadier Gininda arrived with those crew members.
Athi yena waphelezela ukuyofika kuleyo ndawo and futhi ke ilapho ke kwafika khona uKolonel Gininda ehamba nasebenza naye.
My lord, the only escort that was conducted was from Moroka SCPS to Foslorus Magistrates Court, my lord.
Manje ke ukuphelezela okwenzeka kosuka eMoroka ukubafikisa esiphoyiseni saseFoslorus.
When Brigadier arrived, he opened the book with the boot of the BMW. He sat on the edge of the boot and he took out some documents.
Athi uma efika Brigadier lapho avula ibhuthi ye-BMW wasesahlala khona lapho kuleyo bhuthi waseveza ngamaphepha athisi.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
All right. Brigadier Gininda took those documents and gave them to Colonel Rapadu.
Athi kuBrandon Gininda wathi mesevula amaphepha anika uKolonel Rapadu.
I did not see Mr. Brigadier Gininda at Moroka SCPS.
Ngizange ngimbone uBrigadier Gininda eMoroka police station.
All right. Assault, torture continued.
Athi ukuhlukunyezwa nokushaywa kwaqhubeka.
Instructed accused number 2 to sign those documents.
Baphoqa umsola wesibili ukuthi asayinde lawo maphepha.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Cha anginalo olwazi lwalokho.
The documents were signed by accused number 2 under that coercion. Lawo maphepha lawa asayinde umsola wesibili ngaphansi kwaleyo ngcindezi. Thereafter, there were certain documents that were not thumbprinted.
Emva kwaloko khona amanye kamaphepha angazange abekwe iminwe.
I would not know about the thumbprint, my lord.
Athi angazi lutho ngaleyo minwe.
Immediately thereafter, accused number 2 was taken to Primrose.
Athi emva kwaloko
Police station.
umsola wesibili wathathwa yiswa esikhumulweni sasemaphoyisa sase-Primrose.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lwalokho.
He was not booked in. Sergeant Mkhano entered the the police station with the purpose of booking in accused number 2.
azange abhaliswe ke lapho kodwa secretary Mngomezulu wangena naye imsola police station enzela ukuthi ayomfaka khona.
I have no knowledge of Germiston, my lord.
Athi hayi angazi lutho ngeJemiston.
Then, according to his instruction, Sergeant Mabena was talking over the phone in the motor vehicle and informed the person who was talking with over the phone that Mr. Mokgano is inside the police station.
Manje kusani Mabena ekhuluma nomunye ekhuluma ngocingo wasetshela lo muntu ayikhuluma naye ukuthi hayi uSergeant Mngomezulu ungaphakathi esikhumulweni samaphoyisa.
Upon his arrival back from the police station, Sergeant Mngomezulu, there was an instruction that they should travel to Rustenburg.
Emva ukuthi aphumeke esikhumulweni samaphoyisa uSergeant Mngomezulu wayesathola umlayezo ukuthi umyalelo ukuthi akahambe aye eRustenburg.
Were you still escorting them?
Awusabaphelezela?
I was not in Germiston, my lord.
Ngangingekho eJemiston.
They then traveled to Rustenburg. They were escorted by you. Sorry, may I just correct that? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Manu. The escort actually stopped after that. So they had to travel to Rustenburg, where the accused was residing.
Athi hayi kuphelezela kwamakhona lapho ke baseke baqala ukuthi baye eRustenburg la kwakuhlala khona umsomo.
Sorry, I want to understand. So Rapari, Ginanda, Mabena, and all those guys all traveled to Rustenburg, in other words.
Rapati was. May I just take an instruction
Yeah,
regarding?
because as far as I'm concerned, Ginanda is seated there
Yes,
at the boot of the BMW.
just to
They give the documents to Rapari. Then everything goes blank. Then people are traveling to Rustenburg. Where is Rapari? Where is Ginina? Where is the lady in white?
May I approach the accused? Thank you, my lord. Thank you for the indulgence. My instruction is that Colonel Rapat, he actually left with Brigadier Ginenda
Umyalelo wami uthi uKolonel Rapad wahamba no Brigadier Ginenda.
because he was not present when the accused was taken to Primrose Police Station.
Ngoba engekho ngesikhathi umsola eyiswa esikhumulweni samaphoyisa sase-Primrose.
On the way to Rustenburg, where they met Brigadier Ginenda in the presence of Sergeant Mohola,
Manje kumase eRustenburg la bahlangana khona noGinenda no-Sergeant Mohola.
the accused person was left attended in the motor vehicle, in the Toyota Fortuner, and they proceeded to his place.
Manje ke umsola wayeshiyeke emotweni iFortuner and then baseke beyaqhubeka beya la ehlala khona.
That's when Sergeant Mabena came back in possession of a black plastic bag, which he said they found ammunition in his room.
Ilapho abuya khona uSergeant Mabhena ephethe plastic omnyama athi khona babuya nenhlamvu zesibhamu.
Then accused number 2 asked Mabhena, how did you enter his room? Because he was in possession of the keys.
Manje umsolo wesibili waseyabuza ukuthi hawange ungene kanjani lapha kulelo gumbi ngoba mina ukhiye ngisabaphethe.
Then there was no answer from them.
Akuzange ke kube nempendulo kuloko.
You can't comment on it.
I have no knowledge of that, my lord.
Anginalwazi lolo.
Let's get into the 24th of June 2020.
Asiye ke umhla 24 June 2020.
When the accused was escorted to Boksburg court,
Uma ke umsolo esephelozelwa ke enkantolo yaseBoksburg.
where was he escorted from?
Waphelezelwa esuka
From Moot SAPS.
wayesuka eMoat SAPS.
By who?
Wayephelezelwa ba?
By myself and
During the course of this trial, within the trial, a pro forma completed by Mrs. Cronier, the magistrate, and the statement was shown to accused number 2, which he denied to be the statement, because the reason is that the documents that he was led to sign must have had some marks of blood stains.
Manje ke uthi ke lama document lawa alethwa phambi kwakhe uthi umsola waphi ukuthi ama document akhe ngesikhathi kwenza icala lingaphakathi kwecala ngoba uthi yena lawo yena awabona ama document awasayindile kwakuphoqelekile ukuthi akube nanamachashaza egazi la ayewele khona kulawo maphepha.
I would not know, my lord.
Ngeke ngibe nalolu lwazi.
Okay. So you say you transported him to Pretoria Moat.
That's correct.
Athi namphelezela namise eMoat athi yebo.
Do you know what time was he booked?
Sasikhathi
Was he booked in?
ukuthi wafakwa nini?
Our arrival at Moot, my lord, was between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening, my lord.
Fika kwathi wethu umuntu kwakuphakathi ihora lesithupha nelesikhombisa kusihlwa.
Who booked him in?
Banomfaka lapho umbhalisa lapho.
Sergeant Mukhane, my lord.
Athi kwaba uSergeant Mukhane.
So that was the last time you saw accused number 2
That's correct, my lord.
Athi kwaba ukugcina umbona umsola wesibili.
until you saw him today.
That's correct, my lord.
Ngicala futhi ukumbona futhi namhlanje.
Okay. So do you know that accused number 2 did not take bath since the 16th of June 2020? Do you know?
I don't know, my lord.
Athi yazi ukuthi umsola wesibili akaze ageze kusuka mhla 6 June 20.
June
June 20?
2020.
Athi kusuka mhla 16 June 2020 umsola akaze ageze.
And he has never been in contact of his family.
Athi futhi akaze nje athintane nabomndeni wakhe.
I don't know that, my lord.
Athi anginalo ulwazi lwalokho.
All right. So are you aware that accused number 2 was kept in custody from the day you booked him until 21st of March 2021?
Athi yazi ukuthi umsola wayevalelwe kusuka ukufika umhla ka1 kuMarch 2021
from the day he was booked in at Pretoria Mood.
kusukela evalelwe ePretoria Mall.
Do you know that?
Uyakwazi lokho?
No, my lord.
Cha ngikwazi.
Let's get into the escort where you took the accused person from Vosloorus to Moroka police station.
Asikhulume ngokuniphelezela umsolo kusuka eVosloorus ukumisa eMoroka.
My lord, the escort was only from Moroka to Vosloorus, not the other way around.
All right.
Cha kwakumphelezela kusuka eMoroka kuye eVosloorus hayi ukumsusa eVosloorus umise eMoroka.
Thanks for the clarification.
Ngiyabonga ukuthi ungichazele.
All right. From Moroka police station, are you saying he was at that time after he was with Colonel Raphat?
Uthi ke kusuka lapha eMoroka usho ukuthi kongemva ukuthi abe no nalipho isokuthiwa Raphat.
Clarify, my lord.
I'm saying at that time when you escorting accused from Moroka, that was when he made a statement, the alleged statement from Colonel Raphat.
Wathi kusuka umphelezela usuka lapha eMoroka kwakula esethathe khona istatement esithathuswe uRaphat.
That's correct, my lord.
Wathi kunjalo.
So, were you present when there was a discussion between Sergeant Mokhane and Colonel Raphat?
Okhona yini makunengxoxo phakathi kaMokhane Sergeant Mokhane no Colonel Raphat?
No, my lord.
No, awazi.
But
Cha ngingekho.
But it's your evidence that after the interrogation, after the taking of the confession, you escorted the accused to Sergeant Mokhane.
Manje uthi emva kokuthi avume icala umsolo wena wamphelezela ukuya ku Sergeant Mokhane.
Once the statement was completed, my lord, I received the suspect from Colonel Rapadu and I took the suspect to Sergeant Mokhane's vehicle.
Athi emva kokuthi sithathe istatement ngamthatha umsolo. You took him from
the Colonel
Colonel who?
Rapadu
Ngamthatha umsolo ngimsatha kuMcolonel Rapadu
to the vehicle parked outside.
ngamisa ke emotweni ayipakwe ngaphandle.
All right. Do you know what time was it when you first took accused to Colonel Rapatu's office?
Manje uyazi ukuthi kwasikhatsini umuzothatha umsolo mise office lika Rapatu.
It was in the morning, my lord. As I mentioned, I was the first to arrive.
Kwakusekuseni njengoba besengishilo ke kwayimina wafika kuqala.
If you had your pocketbook, you would precisely tell the court what time you arrived. Do you agree?
That's correct, my lord.
Bathi uma ukuthi kunayo ke pocketbook yakho uzokwazi ukusinika isikhathi esiqondile bathi yebo.
But was it after 9, after 11?
As I can recall, my lord, I arrived around 6:30, so it might have been at 7, my lord.
Bathi njengoba besengichazile ke mina ngafika ngo6 lapha usho ukuthi ke isikhathi ke kwakuzoba kuyisikhathi zo7.
Yes. Now, Colonel Rapadu is done with the suspect. They are now handing over the suspect to Sergeant Mokhane. Did they tell you where were they heading to?
Manje Sergeant Rapatu seqedile kusumisa ke ku Sergeant Mokhane. Bakutshela yini ukuthi baya?
My lord, the suspect was handed over to me, not Sergeant Mokhane.
Msola kwani wanikezela kumina azange nikezele kumo. Mngomezulu,
you handed over the suspect to Sergeant Mngomezulu.
That's correct.
bathi wena wanikezela umsola ku-Sergeant Mngomezulu athi yebo kunjani.
Were you told or asked to escort them to Boksburg police station, to Boksburg court?
Wawulayeleliwe ke ukuthi ubaphelezele baye eBoksburg.
To Force Lawrence Court, my lord.
Force
Lawrence.
To Force Lawrence.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Force Lawrence.
They told you the reason why you were to escort them to Force Lawrence court.
Wachazela ukuthi yini isizathu awufaka ukuphoqela ukuthi bayise eForce Lawrence.
It was mentioned that the accused had a court appearance in Force Lawrence, my lord.
Kwavezwa ukuthi umsolo ake ufanele ayovela phambi kwesenkantolo yaseForce Lawrence.
For which case do you know?
I don't know, my lord.
Athi angazi ukuthi kuliphi icala.
All right. So upon your arrival at Force Lawrence court, you remained behind. Where was the accused?
Manje uma nifika eForce Lawrence wena wasala wayelaphi umsolo.
The accused was together with Sergeant Mngomezulu entering Force Lawrence Court, my lord.
Umsolo kwahamba noSergeant Mngomezulu bengena enkantolo yaseForce Lawrence.
We were outside at the vehicles.
Thina sasengaphandle sisemotweni.
Where was Sergeant Mabena?
uSergeant Mabena wayelaphi.
I can't recall, my lord.
Angikwazi ukukhumbula lokho.
All right. So the accused person, in respect of that evidence, will deny that he ever entered for the Force Lawrence court.
So la ke yena ke uzophika ukuthi wakwangena enkantolo yaseForce Lawrence.
My lord, the accused did enter the court as part of completion of our escort. We saw him ourselves, my lord, entering the court.
Manje ukuphetha ukumphelezela umsolwa sabona ukuthi nange umsolwa uyangena ecourt yaseForce Lawrence.
Was he received by the police officers to know?
Wamkelwa amaphoyisa yenu yazi?
We only saw him entering the court, my lord.
Wathi hayi cha sagcina singumbona engena enkantolo.
He never, according to you, he never entered, or according to the information you got from either Mabena or Mngomezulu, did he ever enter the holding cells of Force Lawrence police station, or police court, the holding cells? Did he enter those cells?
I don't know, my lord.
Wathi wambona yini wena ngolwazi lwathi owalithola kuMabena noMngomezulu wangena yini emaselini aseForce Lawrence wathi cha angikwazi lo.
From what distance did you keep when Sergeant Mngomezulu entered the court, Force Lawrence court, with the accused? From what distance did you keep?
Wena wakude kanganani ke uma Bena ezongena nomsolwa enkantolo yaseForce Lawrence?
My lord, the entrance for the accused persons is at the back of the court, my lord, or on the side.
Manje la kungena khona abasolwa ingemumva kwenkantolo noma ngapha ngaseceleni.
So you're telling the court that you did not actually see, or you could not be in a position to see where Mngomezulu and the accused entered.
Manje uchaza ukuthi wena awukwazanga ukubona noma awuzange ubone uma uMngomezulu engena nomsolwa ngaphakathi.
I want to further elaborate, my lord, on that point.
Funa ukucacisa ngephambili kulolu phuzu.
Once you entered and where the accused persons are supposed to enter, it's a separate door, my lord, or a gate.
Manje masungenile la kungena khona abasolwa iminyango wehlukile noma kuyisangwane elihlukile.
Were you in a position to see them?
Yes, my lord.
Bathi yebo ngakwazi ukubabona.
You can see from the parking area, my lord.
Bathi la esesibaye khona ukwazi ukubona.
All right. So is that part of escorting an accused person? When you left him with somebody and kept a distance away from him.
Manje lokho kuseyingxenye yokuphelezela umuntu uma ukuthi ufika umnikezela omunye umuntu bese uyabayeka bahambe bodwa.
My Lord, he was not left. He was in our vicinity and visible to us at all times.
Andazange ahambe wayekhona ebonakala phambi kwethu simbona sonke isikhathi.
Yes, but my point is it's a different scenario than the escort at Boksburg Court, where the accused person, when he entered room 2, you then went back to the motor vehicle.
Athi kehluka-ke Boksburg ngoba wathi mengena egumbini lesibili kwaba kuyimani kwaze kusuka lapho.
In this case, sorry, may I just draw the distinction? In this case, you remain in the parking lot, you let Mngomezulu in with the suspect.
Manje kulesi sikhathi esikhuluma ngaso nina nasale parking namiyela Mngomezulu wahamba wayongena nomsola ngaphakathi.
Do you see the difference?
Yabona mehluko?
I see what you are saying, my Lord. And to confirm that, my Lord, as far as I know, my Lord, every magistrate's court has a holding cell. And in order to access the holding cell, my Lord, there is a separate entrance to the court.
Hayi-ke kuchaza lokho yonke inkantolo zinale ndawo iseli la kubekwa khona abasolwa bengakanye, and futhi kusuka lapho-ke yila bekwazi-ke ukungena enkantolo khona.
Of course, that will also include Boksburg Court. It has a holding cell.
Nase-Boksburg Court ikhona leyo holding cell.
That's correct, my Lord.
Bathi njani?
So from where we were parked, we were in view of the entrance to the holding cells, my Lord.
Bathi la
Or the door,
esasikhona-ke sasikwazi ukubona umnyango ukungena kuma-holding cells.
because it's a separate parking, my Lord.
Ngoba la akuyona iparking enye iparking nje ehlukile.
All right, let's move on. So Sergeant Mngomezulu went in with the suspect. They came back. At what stage did you escort them to the motor vehicle?
Manje Mngomezulu-ke wangena ne-suspect waseyabuya mina-ke naba thathanini baphelezela ngemotweni.
My Lord, as I mentioned, when we arrived at Foslores Court, the suspect and Sergeant Mngomezulu entered the court, my Lord.
Njengoba sengishilo uma sesifika ecourt-ke umsola noSergeant Mngomezulu bangena enkantolo.
And then from the court, my Lord, is where we dispersed,
Manje kusuka enkantolo ila esahlukanayo.
because our escort was completed at that point.
Ngoba ngaleso sikhathi-ke baphelezela kwethu-ke kwasekuphelile.
Was it not necessary for you to escort Mngomezulu and the suspect back to the police station where the accused was kept? Was it not necessary?
Kwangadingeki yini ukuthi niphinde niphelezele umsola ukusuka le enkantolo ukumisa le kule police station la eboshwe khona?
No, my Lord, as our shift was already completed at that time.
Cha bengeke kwenzeke ngoba thina-ke sasisesiphumile emsebenzini sisishayisile.
Okay. So the normal shift, if you are working day shift, from what time to what time?
Manje ishift yena ejwayelekile iqala ngasikhathini iyophuma ngasikhathini.
We work 8-hour shifts, my Lord.
Sisebenza amahora ayisishiyagalombili.
I can't speculate, sir. From what time to which time?
Qala ngasikhathini kuyofika ngasikhathini.
For example, my Lord, if we start 6 o'clock in the morning, our shift will end at 2 o'clock, my Lord.
Ake ngibekise kanje uma siqale ngo-6 sigcine siphume emsebenzini ngo-2.
So, according to your evidence, you reported. So, is it clear that you reported at 6 when you took the suspect to Colonel Rapat?
So manje usho ukuthi ungena
Moroka Police Station.
ngo-6 eMoroka Police Station la oyothatha khona umsolo.
I reported on duty at 6, my Lord. My arrival at Morocco, as I was the first to arrive, was around 6:30, my lord.
Wathi ngihambe ngayo ngena emsebenzini ngosiku wathi ufika ngami eMorocco kwaku 6:30.
All right, thanks. So all right, I understand the logic. You reported on duty at 6 o'clock, then you expected to knock off at 2 o'clock on that day.
That's correct, my lord.
Wathi ngalela ngangena ngo6 ngangifanele ngishayise ngo2 ngalelola. Wathi yebo kunjalo.
So I just want to clarify or to get clarity in terms of when they entered, immediately when they entered, did you notice your time? When they entered Foslorus Court, did you check your time?
Mase bengena eFoslorus Court when I was based card.
Yes, my lord, it was near 2 o'clock.
Wathi yebo kwaku seduze isikhathi sika 2 o'clock.
All right. So that means it makes sense when you say it was your knock-off time at 2 o'clock.
That's
But my concern is the next shift in terms of the escorting services was expected to start from 2 o'clock onwards.
Manje kushuthi ke ababezo ngoba nina nasenishayisile kushuthi ababezongena emsebenzini bafanele baqale ngo2 ukuya phambili.
That's only upon request, my lord.
Athi ke hayi lokho kwenze kumasicelile.
So I'm still, because it was very imperative for you to escort the suspect from Pretoria Mall up to all the relevant places where you took the suspects to.
Manje wawumsebenzini ukuthi ngiphelezele umsolo kusuke ePretoria Mall kuzo zonke indawo la engicela ukuthi nimise khona.
Yes, my lord.
Kunjalo.
The significance of this escorting should have been seen when you knocked off and the next shift proceeded to escort.
Manje umqoka lokumphelezela umsolo bebonakalile ngalesi sikhathi ke nina uzofika isikhathi sokuthi nishayise bese kungena abanye emsebenzini.
My lord, that is dependent on the investigating officers, my lord.
Hayi lokho ke kuphuma kumpheyi.
So it was not a prescribed procedure of escorting. This is just a procedure created by the investigating officer.
So shita kuyona ke indlela ebekiwe yokuthi ni umuntu nemphelezela kanjani. Kodwa okunje ile ndlela ayeshele ngayo umphenyi wecala.
My lord, the investigating officer was aware that it was approaching our knock-off time, and prior arrangements to that, the investigating officer should do, my lord.
Manje umphenyi ke wecala wayazi ukuthi sifanele shayise ukufanele kube khona kulungisana.
All right. After you have rendered your services up to 2 o'clock, did you bother to call the investigating officer that this is knock-off time and we are seizing our escort? Are there any necessary arrangements that you have made?
Manje ngalesi sikhathi masenibona ukuthi nizoshayisa nakhuluma yini nomphenyi wecala nimtshela ukuthi ayiseseduze isikhathi sethu sokuthi sishayise manje kusodingeka ukuthi kube khona uhlelo oluthize olulungisayo.
The investigating officer was aware of that, my lord.
Umphenyi wecala wayekwazi lokho.
But that has never been discussed with you. It's just an assumption that he knew about it.
Kusho ukuthi ke lokho ke akuzange ukukhulume into nje enanicabange.
It was not discussed, my lord.
Akuzange kuxoxe.
When I took the instructions from accused 1 and 2, you are always in the picture. There's no other shift.
Ngithatha umlayelo wami kumsolo oqala nomsolo wesithuthu. Wena ke yabonakala ukuthi nje uhlala unjalo ubonakala la.
It's you, Khadebe, Mapumul. You are always in the shift.
wena-ke nohadebe nomaphumule kuyabonakala ukuthi hhayi nihlanise emsebenzini.
No one is replacing you.
Akekho oza azoniphumuza.
Do you know the reason why?
Yazini isizathu?
My Lord, I can speculate that it might be a trust factor, my Lord.
Ngicabangela ukuthi mhlambe kwenziwa ukuthi sasithembekile.
Yes. You are the most trusted person. Because when you ascended that box, accused number 2 called me.
Yebo wena uthenjwe kakhulu ngoba uthe ukungena lapha ebhokisini umsolo sibili wayengibiza.
And told me that when I see this man, I feel like crying the way he was beating me.
Wathi hayi mangibona le ndoda lena ngizwa sengathi ngakhala ngendlela ayengishaya ngayo.
I'm traumatized.
Angisahlukumezekile.
What do you say about that?
Thini ngalokho?
I don't know the accused, my Lord.
Angimazi umsolo.
That's why if you don't know the accused, but Brigadier Gininda trusts you.
Kodwa uma ungamazi umsolo othi Brigadier Gininda ayokethemba.
My Lord, the trust was built over a few occasions that we worked together.
Wathi ke lokwethembana ke kwakheka ngezikhathi lapho ke esasisebenza naye esikhathini ezimbalwa.
My Lord, can you adjourn for a short break?
Is it for the tea?
That's correct.
Okay, 15 minutes.